like I'm on the brink of something beautiful, or maybe terrible. I know I shouldn't ask you to be open with me when I have my secrets that I tend to keep safely under lock and key. I'm hypocritical, but at least I know we could be beautiful, or maybe terrible. Only one way to know. Only one way to know. Is this a yes or a no? Which way will it go? Only one way to know. Only one way to know.
Alrighty, well, hey there gang, welcome back to the Tavern, and welcome back to ABHAILE. We're back once more with the Disinherited. We left off last time with a bit of a cliffhanger, so we're excited to get back into the action. First, announcements. Maybe we can speedrun these though. Cat?
Merch.
Patreon.
Like.
Subscribe.
Murder.
Murder.
Hell yeah. Links are in the description below.
Click on your bastards.
We're professionals. Without further ado, we return to a small smuggler's way stop, hidden an hour's ride north from the Raymere Road, amidst a small copse of trees, nearly concealed by snow and canopy. Urged on by curiosity and a vague indication from the dream tide, you press downward into a concealed stairway into the darkness. And as your trusty blade, Helheim, sheds its blue-green light across the ancient stone brick, cobwebs splitting effortlessly along the blade as it moves, and you guys descend down, deeper into the darkness. And you come to a landing, and the stairs double back, continuing down, lower still. And it's quiet and cool, chillier down here than it was above ground. All save from the slightly muffled steps of Finlow as his boots meet the dust-covered stone steps, which upsets the obfuscation, obviously, so you're all following footfalls, and his places are ringing out just ever so slightly as tiny little echoes in the dark. Before you reach another landing and double back down and come to a door at last. Without question or caution, driven by what he believes to be the divine intervention of his god, Finlow presses his weight against the door. The light spills out, bright with a subtle purple-blue glow. And as your eyesight returns from the momentary shock, you see a long hallway. Pulsing glass crystal runs the length of the hallway on either side, and a thin strip about halfway up the wall with a spilling out of purple-blue light into the hallway. It's made out of the same type of ancient stone, and it's perhaps 20 foot long with an open doorway at the end. Finn takes off running. He gets about halfway down the hallway, and there's a flash of light. It bursts out. You can barely make out. There's a ring of gold and silver light surrounds Finn. And then a second, third, a fourth. And boom! Light subsides. And the purple from the crystal fades. And you feel more than hear this draining of power around you. The hallway is about 5 foot wide. Like I said, more of that ancient stone. It's covered in dust and cobwebs. I know I'm talking to you like something horrible didn't just happen, but there are brass fittings here and there, conduit and contraption. It's oddity for sure, but less so than what just happened. So what are you guys doing in this moment?
Can Hunt a religion check?
I would also like to make a religion check.
Yeah, go ahead and make a religion check, guys.
Just because that seemed a bit. That seemed a bit sus.
Little
Nope.
bit.
Natural one. What's happening? I have no knowledge.
Nemora's gonna float out in front of us and turn around, looking at the party, and say, "Hey, we're not going down that hallway, right?"
I mean, I got a 16, so what do I think?
Oh yeah, never mind. I got a 14. I don't know why I saw a natural 1 on my screen.
I got a 4.
4? Hell yeah. Solid. Solid. Speaking of that, I didn't even get my ding dice out.
Hunter just sees that happen and goes, "What the fuck?"
Oh yeah. With a
Yeah, Calandra's very what the fuck as well.
with a 16 and a 14 from the dynamic duo, we will. Where is my dice tray? There it is. Excuse me. I'll unpause that too before I forget. With a 16 and a 14, I do believe that there's nothing religious about what just happened. Adrian, in lieu of faith, what do? We turn to our own best guess. Do you want to roll me an investigation check? And Tome, would you like to roll me an arcana check?
Sure.
Right. Thankfully, I'm good with investigation. 12.
12, hell yeah.
Let's see. I'm pretty good at Arcana, but let's see if the dice will cooperate. Whoa,
Oh.
That was a 2, and then it became a 25.
That's a solid roll, hell yeah. Adrian, I think you, in your prestigious history of being where you shouldn't be, this has all the trimmings of a very complicated, beyond your understanding, but this has all the trimmings and trappings of a trap. And Tome, with a 25 Arcana check, which is just absolutely fantabuloid, the lights were bright and vibrant, and the moment the trap was triggered, they dimmed and haven't brightened at all. It looks like it only had enough power in the system for one go. You're hard pressed to explain really what's going on, but it looks like the trap has sprung and is not respringing, or what do you call it? Setting. That's the word. Resetting. That's what they call it. People words. Human words.
Home is gonna kind of like turn towards Adrian. Whatever happened, it was some sort of trap. And based on what I can... Oh, sorry, you were saying?
I agree, that is absolutely a trap. I don't understand it, but I know it's dangerous.
And judging by the discoloration in stone, he kind of taps it with the tip of Helheim. I would say that this device has used up the last of its power. It would seem that Finlow triggered this massive. I can't even begin to explain what kind of magics would go into something like this.
Just another reason why I don't trust this stuff.
Yeah, I just take like an extra little step back.
Yeah. There is a 1 second. There is a 1 second. Will, can you give me a hunter voice sound check real quick? I just want to make sure you're good.
This is just why I don't trust magic and stuff like that.
Okay, perfect. On your 25 Arcana check, Tome, not fully going into like details, but I will say that the type of magic that you're feeling the residue of, because it was powerful magic, and so there are still wispy remnants of it that are trying to dissipate, but it was a lot of power collected in one place for quite a long time, probably. It is not a magic that you've ever encountered before.
And it is not a magic that my creator has ever encountered either.
Likely not.
Whatever magic was here, it has been here for hundreds, possibly thousands of years.
Is it possible it was actually his god?
Perhaps, but I suppose whatever is happening to him is his own journey, and that is for him to follow. Though our time was short, friend, I salute you. That being said, we should probably explore the rest of this.
Let's go ahead on with what we're doing.
Yeah, down the end of the hallway, past where he had vanished from, you see it tightens to a door frame archway, and you can see inside a room dimly lit again with a low purple blue light, and you can see a platform or a plinth of some type with a crate on top of it that looks like it's got some type of metal banding around it, just 25-30 feet away out of view. Not out of view at all, sorry.
I'll very hesitantly start making my way down the hallway, kind of using the sword as a torch, seeing how it reacts to the stone around it. Now that
I'm going to be kind of behind him, keeping an eye out for traps while we're moving along, too.
I was going to say, can we check for traps now?
Yeah. Give me anybody that wants to give me an investigation for it. We're looking for those trappers.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
15. Also a dirty 20.
Rock on. It appears that whatever trap Finlow triggered was some type of glyph inscribed. You can see a spot where it was glyph, really simple, few markings, was burned into the ground. You can see where the dust has been disturbed by his footfalls, and then there's a singe mark where it's almost branded against the ground. It looks like there are no others that you guys can find. It looks like that was the only one, and it looks like it was probably a one-time thing.
Oh, now that Cliff Warding got it.
Quite a powerful spell indeed.
As you guys are approaching Tome, you're the one that'll recognize the language. Above the doorway, the arched doorway, and that script again that you can make out by context, putting things together with what you're familiar with, but it still is like an older version of what you're familiar with. You, as your mother's native Elorian, is the words, "The crooked vault And the door archway stands open before you.
I turn behind towards Adrian and I say, the writing on the doorway says the Crooked Vault. I hope that is not an ill omen.
Well, it's a vault. Break into it.
Normally I don't. Well, he kind of gives you a smile, Adrian, and he says, "Now this, Adrian, this is what is considered archaeology." And he'll kind of he'll continue to lead the way with the using the sword and the torch.
I swear to God, one of these days you guys are going to be fucking around in one of these underground things. You're going to break into a room, and then you're going to fucking see Vargo there just putting a box into a bag, and he's just going to be like, what?
Where are you?
You had the same idea we did.
Anyway.
Hell yeah. So you guys make your way in. From the side of the room, you see, again, stacked ancient stone bricks that are lining the walls. Brass fittings and fixtures here and there. Solitary room with nothing in it save for the plinth and the box and the pillar on either side of the room that rotates open, revealing 2 porcelain automata. That, one second, I gotta take care of the thing. And then, also importantly, at the far end of the room, you also see another arched doorway that leads out into another dimly lit room. One more second. What is your all's order as you walk into this room? If you don't mind me asking. Who's in front?
I think it's Tome in front and me behind him.
Tome's in front. Adrian behind him.
Hunter will be at the back.
Hunter's at the back. Gotcha.
Calandra will be right in front of Hunter.
Right in front of Hunter. I gotcha.
In the middle. Sounds like a good spot for the squishy.
Middle, and yeah, that works. We have a snake. You'll see what I mean in a second. So as you guys enter and these pillars reveal these automata, one of them on the left is a bulky, large construct. The other one on the right is more lithe and nimble. The one on the right, interestingly, looks like pieces of shattered porcelain that have taken on a humanoid shape. And the one on the left is just a big, bulky porcelain thing. Purple light turns red for a second, and you hear a voice ring out. Interloper detected in Facility 14, Crooked Vault. Activate Protocol 43. Purge. And then from either side of the room, you hear the voices in unison say, Purge. Roll initiative, guys. Here, just 1 second. Let's roll initiative.
Tom, you know him, right? You can talk him down.
His head kind of turns around 180 like an owl, and he scowls. Oh man, that's pretty good.
Ignore the names for them on here. They just have default names on the combat tracker. But I'm gonna pop that out.
Not good.
Not good.
Oh, thank God I'm standing behind somebody.
Alright. Come on, legs, don't fail me now.
Shield me with your body.
Oh, you guys gotta do the thingy on the crossed swords page for the initiative.
There's not an encounter loaded.
Yeah.
What? Oh, you guys are probably on the wrong page. That's why. 1 second. My bad, guys.
Oh yeah, we still see the main map.
My bad.
Oh.
Now you can roll initiative.
Okay.
I rolled one better than what I did.
Progress. Hunter
I
rolled
got
astonishing.
I rolled a 13.
Hunter rolled the same numbers as you, Tom, but just in a different order. That is insane. You are... I'm glad this is not 2E. You'd be my problem child.
Haha.
I'm also... what I need to do, what you're telling me I need to do, is I need to figure out a solution that creates the problem of... I have to figure out a way to make it critical that someone beats you in initiative. Or else.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Cool. That goes there. That goes there. We're going to bring this over here because that's going to just be a problem otherwise. Kicking things off, as always, is Hunter. What you got?
Hunter, in this moment, looks to see, of the two of them, who does the bigger threat look like?
Bigger threat, bigger boy.
All right, the big scary one.
Cool. Alright, Hunter's mark on him, both then.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
And I'm going to make 2 attacks on him then.
Heck yeah.
Alright. First one. Since I have an ability that lets me attack first turn of combat.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
9 and a 24.
Sorry, what's up?
9 and a 24.
9 will miss. The 24 will definitely hit.
Sweet. So that's that's a D10 plus 4 plus a D6 plus a D8.
D10 plus 4 plus a D6 plus a D8, like a G6.
14 damage, and that's my turn.
14 damage. Hell yeah. Give me just 1 second, guys. I want to get extra prepared here. Right.
That does not end my turn. I'm going to just quickly kind of jump over here.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yes, and you did it one more time. How much damage was that? I'm doing my...
14.
14.
1-4.
Hell yeah. Cool. Then we got one more to do real quick, and that is this one. Cool. Perfect. Alright, we're good, you guys. Hell yeah. Tome's turn, not Tome's turn. God, I don't understand why I have this dyslexia problem. Hunter's turn's up. Adrian, you're up, sir.
Alright, so my back is going to be flat to the wall that I'm next to, and I'm kind of making eye contact with the smaller construct across from here. I'm directly in line of sight from him. But I'm out of line of sight from the other guy, so I'm going to hide from him as a bonus action, and then I'm going to pop out and take a shot with my crossbow.
Hell yeah. Go for it.
So it's going to be... I've forgotten if I fucking attack. Here we go.
23.
Actually, those would have been with advantage.
It would have been. I was just about to remind you, sir. Good looking out.
And that's why.
Hey!
Hey!
That's why we do it.
This is gonna hurt.
Damage 1d6 plus 4, so that's an automatic 10 plus another 5. So 15 damage as I shoot it right in the hip, trying to shut it down.
15 with is that brutal? With your sneak attack?
Oh Jesus, yeah. That's right. I'm playing a fucking rogue, aren't I?
Hell yeah, you are. Make it hurt, baby.
3. Then, yeah, then I'm just gonna kind of like duck back. Well, I'll probably stay where I'm at.
So
That's my turn.
let's figure that out. So
So I always rolled the weapon damage was doubled, and not sneak attack or smites, because that's a special feature on top of it.
oh, okay, all right, cool.
That's how I rule at my table. So.
I got you. That's fair enough.
Oh.
We're using your rule. So what's the total then on you?
I'm sorry, what's the what?
The total with your sneak.
Okay, 18 total.
18 total. I got you. Right on. Sorry, I'm getting used to this new way of doing it with pen and paper. On my end, it's a process, but it's so much easier actually.
Yes, it is.
Hell yeah.
Pen and paper when you talk to cold dead hands.
So you juke and shoot and juke back in, and anything else for you, sir?
No, that's everything but movement, and I'm good where I'm at. So.
Good where you're at. Heck yeah, Tom Valaris. Fight porcelain with metal. Show him who's boss.
Battle box.
He's gonna kind of squint a bit, and then the little light bulb's gonna go off in his head. I'm gonna really take my time. I trust my companions to beat the shit out of these things, so I'm gonna kind of just move off to the side. But I'm gonna really take my time and study the features of this one because I have an idea
Of the
that'll come.
okay.
That'll come into play after these things are after these things are dismantled. But I will still attempt to make the I will make the attempt to damage them with a total dead. Make a wisdom save.
On which one? The small one? I got you. Cool. Wisdom save. Wisdom save is +0. Baby. It's a 12.
Baby.
And since it is already damaged, it.
No, it is not already damaged. Neither of them are. Well, the small one is not. No,
The small one is because he got shot.
I believe.
Adrian shot the smaller one, right?
Adrian. Yeah, he shot the big. He's the big one didn't have line of sight on him because he's hiding behind the U in the wall.
Oh,
Yeah, the other one was staring at me while I was.
oh, okay.
Yeah, he's just like he's right there, boss.
Well,
I'm just look.
I meant to target the one but I already said it, so I'm not gonna take it back.
That's fair.
I mean, it still does damage.
It still does
Yep.
damage indeed.
Damage.
And he fails to save, so feed me, Seymour.
That is 2 necrotic damage.
Hell yeah.
Yay! That's not nothing.
It's not nothing. It's not
I'm
nothing.
going to take a position behind Calandra, and just gonna next. I'm just gonna hold the pouch where I have my good berries and be ready to cast that next round. That's my turn.
Hell yeah. Holding your berries. Hiding behind Cal. Who is up now? Your turn, ma'am.
All right.
Fuck him up.
Who should I? Why is it not telling me how many feet I'm moving? Is this within my range of movement?
Pretty sure. I don't know why it's doing that. That's odd. But yeah, you're good. you're good at with some
I'm
of the
gonna
spare.
run up to him
Cool.
and unarmed strike. Does a 26 hit? Dear Lord, I hope so.
It does indeed, ma'am. Roll some dams.
Nice.
10?
Yep.
Hell yeah, 10 damage.
Punch him again.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna do my bonus attack arm strike
Hell yeah.
for a 20.
What was that?
Hey.
That'll just be 6 damage.
What was the
There's a 24 to hit.
20 whatever hits? Yeah, you're good. 6
Yeah.
damage, you said?
I
Hell yeah.
figured.
Nice.
Nice.
And Calandra will just stay there.
Hell yeah. Then that will bring us to melee. You are up, ma'am.
Alright. Move up. Probably here.
Okay.
And then Nemoros is going to fly out and circle around that guy's head. And Melee's going to cast Hex, as Nemoros says, fragile thing, crack and break, misfortune follows in my wake. And then he'll shoot a Eldritch Blast in the back of its head.
Hell yeah. Now we got business. Oof, 14.
To defeat
Yeah.
the hugs.
It will actually, interestingly, if you guys remember, the tail end of the last episode, the Dream Tide blessed you all for a minute.
Oh, I totally forgot about that. Yeah.
Next turn will be the final turn of that bless, but I do also remember that was a automatic +4 with that bless because it was from the Dreamtide herself. So as your bolt flies wide, there's a flash and it strikes true. Roll some damage.
Right. Adding 1d6. 7.
7. Heck yeah. Not bad though. Not bad. Yeah. Oh.
And then I guess I'll move. Kind of want to spread out a little bit. Is this how tall is this?
The walls in here or the plinth in the middle? The
Or
plinth in the middle,
middle.
just a foot or so tall. You can get up there without a roll.
Yeah, I'll. Sorry, that's been 5, 10, 15, 20. Go over, kind of like, so I meant to go over here. Yeah, and that'll be done.
Gotcha. All right, now it is
Road.
Big Johnny's turn. Big Johnny.
Johnny.
Big Johnny's gonna look down at you, Cal. Actually, first he's not. First he's gonna look over at you, Melee, who just shot him with a laser beam, and he didn't like that. And he is going to use his bonus action. Will you make me a wisdom save?
With a +4.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you are blessed.
Is this... Sorry, where is... Yeah, okay, just click on that. That should be a save, right? Nope, that was an ability check. Where do you...
Oh, I think it's...
Oh, there.
Yeah, it's they did a weird thing with that one. I don't know why.
Well, it's same bonus, so 25.
25, yeah, you're good. You feel something try to press into your mind momentarily, but it just shrugs off. But then he looks down at you, Cal. He didn't forget about you. And he's going to bonk you on the head with his big, thick, meaty porcelain arms. Wow, this is... Berm. That's a natural 20, Cal.
Oh. Okay.
This is...
Can I silvery barbs to
You
that?
sure as shit can.
Oh, thank God.
Nice.
Thank
Yeah.
God someone took
Hell
that.
yeah.
Thank you.
Hell yeah. Who's that advantage going to?
I guess I'll give it to Hunter.
Hell yeah.
Thank ya.
Natural 17 on the die still hits for the reroll. I will switch that die out now because it feels appropriate. So it's still going to hit you, and it does... Where's my right dice? I've got a hat coming, guys, so you don't have to look at my bald head next week.
Is it a wizard's hat?
No, it's just a Babbly hat. That
Sweet.
is... what is the plus on this? 6 plus 6. 12 bludgeoning damage to your Cal. That could have been a lot worse. Good looking out, Melee. Hell yeah. That is... actually, does he want to move? He wants to not be here anymore, but he's... He's actually gonna juke around you, but stay in your melee. Next, after him is just sweep it into a pile, and he is gonna his weirdly humanoid, uncanny valley face shifts between melee and hunter, and he sees a bigger threat in hunter, so he's going to
Hey.
Sorry, it makes sense. And he is gonna, let's just sweep it into the pile. Number 2. Yeah, he's gonna make a couple claws at you. That is a 14 plus 3 for 17 to hit.
Hit just barely hits.
Just barely hits, and he is, he's just 2d4. This isn't gonna be much. That is 6 slicing damage to you, Hunter, as he claws through for the first hit. Second one is gonna miss as he tries to go for you, but you're like, I've had enough of that shit. Nope. That is his turn. That brings us back around to you, Hunter.
Amazing. Hold on. Alright. Sweet. So... Oh, God. Okay. I'm going to go for the big one still.
Okay.
And I'll have advantage on this because of the silvery barbs.
Yeah, you will.
That I'm glad I had that. That's a 19.
Hell yeah, 19 does hit, yeah.
That is 12 damage.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. He's starting to look rough. He's got pieces chipping off of him.
And you know what? I'll take the risk of a hit. I'm going to move that way.
That 12 included your hunter's mark, didn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure. Hell yeah, hell yeah. And he will get his opportunity attack, which will be... yeah, he whiffs it with a 6 on the die.
Cool.
So you get away scot-free. You're good. Hell yeah. Bringing us to Mr. Starflower, acquisition specialist.
Alright, I'm gonna basically do a run by... I'm gonna pop out to about... Oh, get control of the again. Here, I'm gonna fire my crossbow at Biggin.
Okay.
Yeah. Still getting used to this touchpad. I haven't installed a mouse yet. And we'll do that with advantage because I have an ally within 5 feet.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, we're gonna stick with that first roll.
17 meets and beats it, my friend.
Alrighty. Roll some damage and sneak attack.
Yeah.
Could be 6 plus 7. So 13.
13
as I
damage. Yeah.
finish my run. And then move here. And then dash bonus action back to here.
Gotcha. Perfect. Nimble like a kitty cat. And that brings us to the person who has a pet kitty cat. Tome, what's up?
Seeing that Adrian has moved, I'm going to readjust my strategy. I'm going to cast Disguise Self to look exactly like this guy.
Okay, I gotcha.
Let's see what happens. And then just kind of step up and just look at him. See how he reacts.
Hell yeah. I'm interested as that myself. Let me roll something. Cool. Hell yeah. Anything else for you, Tom?
I'm gonna take off that spell slot. I mean, that was my action. Let me think. No, shoot. Let me think for a second. Now that I'm closer, could I be able to? Would I be able to make some sort of check just to kind of get a better understanding of how this thing operates compared to myself, or rather, how I used to operate before I became a person.
Make me either Arcana or Investigation.
Both equally good.
I figured.
I guess it's dealer's choice. I'll say Arcana. I like the letter A.
Wow.
Natural one.
Wow.
I'm putting too much effort into this disguise.
Yeah, at the very least, you can tell that something's controlling them, or they have a very simple command set. That's about it.
I'll just kind of attempt to just like play it cool, just like act like I'm one of them.
Hell yeah. I got you.
That's my turn.
Cal, you have a big, giant, beefy guy in front of you. There's pieces falling off of him, whole chips, but he's still looming over you. What you doing?
I'm gonna hit him.
Hit him.
Does a 16 hit?
A 16 will miss.
Damn. All right. I'm going to use a key point to do Flurry of blows.
Fury of blows.
Fury of blows.
They're
That's
mad.
even worse than 11.
Oh.
I get another one though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
It was a 1.
Oh.
Oh no.
He clocked you pretty good with that big old meaty plate hand.
Really, he did.
Yeah.
He backhanded.
Hell yeah. Melee, you are up, ma'am.
Alright. Yeah, Nemoros is gonna shout zap, and I'm gonna shoot the big one again. Did that link that twice for you guys?
Kinda. 17 just hits.
It's doing that. It'll be 13 damage.
Ooh, nice.
And then I'll give... Let's give Cal a Bardic Inspiration.
she needs it. Cal, you are inspired. That's a D6.
Yeah, I'm looking for it to link it.
Hey,
Yeah.
yeah. You good where you're at there, Melee?
I guess I'll move a little bit, but yeah, I'm pretty good.
Cool. That brings us to Big Johnny. He is going to look over at you, Adrian, who keeps shooting at it. Will you make me a wisdom save?
Rough, Raggy. Zoinks, etc. Uh-oh.
Adrian, are you with us?
Adrian!
Yeah,
Oh, will you make me a wisdom save, sir?
not bad.
You're good. The robot's staring at you.
Kind of spaced for a second. It was affecting me, not my character.
You're good.
You targeted the wrong guy.
13, you're good. You succeed. You feel something try to push into your mind as the thing stares at you, and its eyes just... It's almost human eyes just stare that aren't really eyes. They're just bulges where the eye would be in the porcelain glass front. Yeah,
It does make me uncomfortable. I'll give it
it's
that.
slightly the iRobot guys and slightly the like worker bee robots at the Westworld parks. Yeah, really just yucky. But anywho, then he's gonna try and hit Cal again. She's in front of him.
He's like, I'll get to.
Oh,
He's like, I'll get to you in a minute.
that's a natural 18 on the die.
I have.
Beats it.
Meets it, beats it.
I have good parries. It's fine. It'll be okay.
That's the
Probably.
stupidest dice I've ever seen in my entire life. You take 10 bludgeoning damage, Cal.
Cal might have
as
to eat all.
whacks you in the head. But that is his turn as he is kind of pinned in there. And then Scarecrow, who is actually just sweep it into a pile, who is my favorite name for a pile of broken porcelain. It's gonna run right at you, Tome. He saw through your clever disguise, and he is going to attack you with that is a 15 plus 3 for a 18.
Yeah, I can't even block that with shield. That it's
Cool. Where's the other one of these at? I had 2d4s. That is... God, I can't do math. 6 damage, slashing damage to you, Tome, as he rakes his hand across your chest.
ow.
And then he's going to do it again. With a natural 20.
Oof.
And he...
Thanks for leaving our wizard back there.
This won't be too bad if it's 2d4.
It's not going to be bad. It's not going to be bad at all. So,
No.
13 slashing damage.
That hurts, but I'm
As he
still up.
follows it up, and that is his turn, and that brings us back around to the top to Hunter. You're up, sir.
Alright, Hunter is going to, again, focusing on the big guy, take aim at him with his crossbow. That is a 19 to hit.
It hits. Roll some damage.
Thank God. That is 18 damage.
Your crossbow bolt hits him dead center, and he disanimates into a pile of porcelain limbs that start to crumble. He is dead.
Sweet.
And then, Cal, you hear the crossbow bolt hit the stone wall and then ping off and hit the floor right by your feet. Wait, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to make him dead. Cool. Anything else, Hunter?
I quite literally cannot do anything else right now, so that ends my turn.
Hell yeah, you did moito a person, though. That'll bring us to Adrian. You're up, sir.
Alright, I'm just gonna kind of walk up towards the... I'm gonna walk up and just take a shot at the other one.
Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.
So advantage.
Yes, sir. Ooh, is that the second crit in a row?
That was not a natural 20.
Ah.
It was 17.
Fair enough. Either way.
All
Can
good.
someone throw some of those rolls my way?
Either way, it did indeed hit.
And I gotta roll damage. Where's the damage roll at? Okay, never mind.
I don't know why I would have swore that was a 20 again. Anyways.
Alright, 8 plus my sneak attack.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Hey, another 9, so
17
damage altogether.
17 damage? That's awesome. With that heavy strike, this thing takes a big chunk out of the lower ribs that and starts to lose its ability to support its top a little bit, but it's still standing. Hell yeah. Anything else for you, Mr. Starflower?
No, that's my turn.
That's your turn, Mr. Valaris. You are up with an angry pile of stuff in your face.
He'll kind of just stare this thing in the eyes and he'll say, I will admit, you do hit hard. Snap my fingers, 3 magic missiles appear right in front of his head.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
As 3 beams jettison out from to basically hit it in all at the same time in one spot. Magic missile. Cast. Roll. That first one is 2. 2d4. That is an additional 7. So that's 9 points of force damage.
9 points of force damage. Heck yeah, that's another big chunk. Left arm completely falls off. This guy's barely standing. Anything else for you, sir?
Nope, that's all I got.
All right, Cal, you're up. The one in front of you is dead.
Oh, he is? Okay.
Yeah. Hunter shot the shit out of it.
Then I am going to move over here next to Tome and hit that one then.
Hit the shit out of it.
Do it.
Does a 16 hit that one?
16? Yeah, sure does.
Sweet.
Yeah.
8 points of damage. I'm just going to regular unarmed strike him.
How you want to do
26.
this, Miss Cal? That is the number of hit points it had left.
Before she punches it in the face, could I say a line?
Sure.
But she hits harder, and I just kind of duck out of the way.
Hell yeah.
punch.
He sets
From
it
behind.
up. What do you do, Cal? How are you killing him?
How do you beat him to death?
He was standing, or I know you kept saying something about a pile. I didn't know if
Yeah,
his
no,
legs.
that's just what his name was. His name was just Sweep It Into a Pile. Yeah. He was standing up by Tome, hassling the shit out of him with his claw hands.
Claw hands. Oh, then she just takes a nice little right into the rib.
Hell yeah. And he goes down and turns into a pile. But hey, just sweep it into a pile. What's the worst that could happen? That will end our combat. Hang on just for a second. Yes, there we go.
Exemplary,
Yeah, that'll
exemplary strike, Kalendra.
end our combat as he is dead. I don't know why I keep turning them all invisible. It's because these buttons are so damn little. Anywho, the room is yours. What are you guys doing? You got a hallway, arched room going into another dimly lit room directly ahead of you guys, like across from the arch you all just came in. And then in the alcove where Big Johnny was, there is another door that opens leading off to, well, it's a closed door.
I'm going to investigate where Johnny was, because he was absolutely defending something.
Yeah, I'm gonna check out this door.
I'd like to investigate his corpse.
Okay, I gotcha. Hell yeah.
While I'm walking over, I'll mutter out the incantation for good bear. Just like stuff them in the pouch.
Gotcha. Adrian and Hunter, roll investigation, or if one of you wants to help the other for advantage, you guys are more than welcome.
I will give Adrian that in guidance.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
Hell yeah, you got the guidance on top.
Roll that again.
I'm gonna peek in the crate while they're doing that.
Perfect.
It's gonna add 2 on my last. Yeah, so 21.
21. Hell yeah. You have a iron barred door that is made out of a thin metal or something. It's kind of odd. It doesn't echo when you wrap your knuckles on it, but it's not heavy or anything. Completely unlocked and untrapped.
Okay.
Yeah. And then real quick, Melee, as you open the top of the box, it's hinged and it's banded, but it seems to be more for decoration than anything. The box is actually made entirely out of copper. The lid's quite heavy, but you're able to lift it. It's almost like it's assisted somehow. As inside is, and this box is probably yay wide by yay. I know this is probably not doing much for you guys, but trust me when I say yay is a unit of measurement, it is. Inside is about yay long, so about a foot-ish long, maybe a little bit longer, solid brass thing. One end of it looks like it's a round stock, like it's perfectly round, like it's been like milled perfectly cylindrical. And then it is abruptly square shaped on one end, and at the very end there are some carvings in the each face of it. It's also got a label in there in a language that you don't understand, I don't believe, unless you know Elorian.
Yep.
Is that
is it? No. Is it obviously? Sorry, you said we saw that language where else in here?
Pretty much anywhere in
trap?
here. It's the language that, yeah.
Yeah, I'll call Tom over when he's done with that thing. I think there's a note for you in here.
Oh, that seems highly unlikely, but I will come nonetheless. I'd like to make an investigation check on this gigantic pile of porcelain.
Go for it, sir.
Just because my
Yeah.
robot brain is curious, and I will guidance myself just to putting on the reading glasses. I'm having no luck today. That is a 10.
Hell yeah. 10. It is, you can tell that the parts were obviously, like, created. The porcelain is too perfect to be handcrafted, so it's likely that it was made magically. And it looks like it was made magically in mass. Like, there's, like, mold lines and things like that. It's, looks like the shape was just animated, is kind of what you can tell from the best of your...
So there is no moving parts. It's just an animated creation.
Correct, yeah.
Okay. Satisfied, I'll march over to where Melee is. I'll say, you said you had a note for me?
So, yeah, inside the box tome you see, it looks like a label on a velvet bed that just reads, completely useless tool.
I've been called worse.
This is my great opportunity to play a prank. I'll turn towards Melee and say, this is an object of great power. I'm going to make a deception check.
Okay.
Okay.
See if you can beat my -1.
My passive
of
insight
course.
higher than that.
Of course, now I roll. Decent, that's a 13. Now I roll a natural 14. Damn.
Oh well, what does it do?
It moves things with magic.
Yeah. It's cool. It's heavy. It's probably 3-4 pounds. Looking at it on the end of it, there are symbols that are carved into each face of the square end of it. They are the Elorian numerals for 1, 2, 3, and 4. And about 30 seconds after you picked it up, there is a voice that rings out that says, "Stop that. It's useless. Put it down." And it repeats itself 3 times and then stops.
Is that in common?
No, that was an Elorian as well. Yeah.
Was that audible to all of it?
Yeah, it was audible for everyone. Like a thaumaturgy, loud.
Gotcha.
Did you activate it? What did it do?
I was doing what you what the humans call a prank. That is a useless artifact, and the voice is confirming it to be so.
Whatever. You said that was a powerful thing. A voice rang out warning us it's going to kill us all.
He kind of puts his hands on his sides, like he puffs up his chest all proud, and like prank successful.
Well, can I take a look at it then?
He hands it back to you.
Can I do an insight check? It seems suspicious to me that if it's worthless, a voice is telling us to put it back.
Yeah, roll me an insight check. That's fun.
Yeah,
Seems
like no
very
one would
adamant
put
about
a ward on a useless
19.
item. And it was guarded, too.
Sorry, what was that, Melee?
A 19.
19? Fuck yeah. Useless things don't get their own room.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you don't want it, Tom, I'll hold on to it. We can see if it does anything. I don't know why it would... Like, it's in a box in the middle of this room. Gotta do something, right? I'll try, like, poking all the different symbols off the sides.
Yeah, no, they're just carved into the side. Nothing happens when you do it. It's definitely cool. I mean, you can... I'll let you use a D6 on it if you wit somebody with it.
Rats.
And then
If only I had a pearl, I'd examine this.
Oh, yeah. Adrian and Hunter, you guys were looking at the door. Are you guys going to open her up?
Yeah.
I think Hunter. If Adrian will defer to Hunter. I mean, Hunter will defer to Adrian on that.
Oh, I want to see
Sorry,
if I'm
real quick, what did this thing look like?
So it's like a foot long, maybe a little bit longer. Half of it is perfectly cylindrical. Half of it is like perfectly milled square dimensions. So it looks kind of like a milling test piece, kind of like you took a piece of flat, like flat stock and milled it round, like cylindrical on one side, but it's all like perfectly shiny brass. If that makes sense. Otherwise, I can find a picture of it.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, it's basically a bar of brass, but one end is like rounded off.
Yeah,
That's what you're-
100%. So, pushing open the door, you guys, to that room is the... Ooh, yeah. So you see another room roughly the same size as the one you just were in. You see a few rusted control levers on the wall affixed to bronze and brass fittings in the stone wall. Again, cobwebs and dust everywhere. There's a desk on one corner that has dim rune panels glowing a faint purple-blue light. And the just scent of hot dust in here, even in the cool kind of basement. On the desk you can see a few things. There's a photograph that's dust covered, that's in a frame. Looks like a long cylindrical leather case that has not decomposed, still covered in dust that you can see from across the room. And then on one wall there is half-height like drawer cabinets, and then half-height bookshelves that go up to the rest of the wall. Again, like this rusted thing inside. That's what you guys get off of a cursory look inside the room.
Alright, I'm going to walk up to the desk table. I'm going to kind of flick my hand and use prestidigitation to kind of clean the dust off and get a better look at... There's a photo, there's a leather-bound manual or leather-bound book.
Yeah. Roll me an investigation. You kind of look through the desk. And Hunter, are you looking at anything in here?
I'm going to investigate the levers.
The levers? I got you. Roll me investigation, sir.
Cool. 15.
15. And Adrian, that was an 11 on you?
Yeah.
Gotcha. On top of the desk, Adrian, you see, on the frame photograph, you see an automaton similar to Tome in a lot of ways, but a little broader chested, a little thicker limbed. The head looks like 1990s Mr. Freeze from the Batman comics, and there's a floating brain inside with 2 eyeballs floating. And
that's
weird enough, we'll say the reason for your 11 was the distracting fact that as soon as you pressed a digitation, pulled the dust up off of everything into that dimension of nothingness. He's got his hand fondly on the shoulder of a small gnome with curly black hair and a intricate golden pipe in his hand that you immediately recognize as Finlow Sayers.
Guys, we got something weird over here.
How weird could it possibly? Wow.
Get trapped in.
Oh, you aren't kidding.
Yeah.
Is that who I think it is?
It appears to be. We got some timey-wimey bullshit going on.
Huh. Can I make just a medicine check to see how old he appears to be?
Or
is this...
Let me give you a better option for that. I don't... Because he looks identical to how he looks when you saw him last, save for his clothes look to be a little nicer and maybe newer. He looks to be a little cleaner, maybe. But roll me an investigation check, Tom. I think that would be more appropriate than a medicine check in this situation.
Okay. So yeah, just for context. So I there's a guy with a brain in the jar, like on his head, and then there's Finlow just dead.
What? No, Finlow's he's just sitting there with, like, Finn's just hanging with him. Like, it's just a picture of him and Finn.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I got so confused for a second there.
Alright, a brain in a jar?
That was me. I didn't realize it was a picture. That was my bad. Sorry about that.
What was your role also on your investigation, Hunter?
15.
15? I gotcha. You go to put your hand on one of the levers right as they're looking at this picture of Finn, and it breaks off with perfect comedic timing. And I whatever they control long has ceased to function, and the connections between them have all eroded away. Didn't look like it has any use there. But back over to Tome with a 20. Looking at it's weird. It's really hard to place because it's dusty in here, but sure, it's dusty in a lot of places, right? I mean, it's dusty in your room if you ignore it for 2 weeks, right? Like, so it's really hard to place off of an amount of dust in a room full of automata. It's not like they have skin cells to be flaking off everywhere. Humans are weird. But you try to be logical about it. You move your hands across from the photo frame to that long leather case that's laying there, because it looks fine. It's not been disturbed. It's preserved. It's not deteriorating or like turning to dust in your fingers. You open it, maybe there's some paper, and there is. You find a scroll inside the case.
I'll gingerly unravel it.
It is old vellum. You've never seen vellum this old before, and you remember holding that book in the Margrave's library that was nearly turning to dust. This is older than that and somehow holding true. And likely everything else is in here. The scroll is clearly visible to you as you unfurl it. A scroll of comprehend language.
Useful. I will pocket that. Just kind of wedging it into, gingerly wedging it into the pages of my spellbook. Just copy down later.
Heck yeah. The interesting note, the label in Elorian on the scroll case is called, it says Lingo Uncracker. Uncracker is spelled wrong. You're not sure if it was intentional or not.
If it has a case, then I'll put it in the case. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
My bad.
And it actually has a tagline even. It says the Desperate Diplomat Edition. And there's even a little note tag says not liable for cultural misunderstandings or prophetic activation. And then again, another tag you find as you pick it up again, like fully, that says not for production.
Not valid for resale.
Hell yeah. And then Hunter, as your kind of like eyes are moving from the levers there to the bookshelves near you, they're the books appear to be mostly all we gotta find the title for this. Hold on just one second. Good lord. The title for this is so stupid.
As long as it's not the Mimic Book of Mimics.
No. Hold on just one second. I've got... I wrote a lot of notes today. It was a note-taking day.
Creature or object, how to know when a body is just a corpse.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, so it is about 232 copies of a 1,000-page hardbound book titled Money Can't Buy Happiness. I promise you, money can and does buy happiness. You're just trying to feel better about being poor. The autobiography of Corbin Fairweather.
Oh my god.
Interesting.
Hunter just kind of looks at this and like, I don't trust this guy.
What are you looking at, Hunter?
I don't know. There's a bunch of autobiographies. I don't know. For some reason, I just feel like in the past life, this guy sucked.
They are all in common as well. Like, that is in a common thing, because they're for...
I'm gonna grab one of them.
I'll take one.
Yeah. Flandre will grab a book too, because fuck it.
Is this one of those things where you release a book and you have someone you know buy a bunch of copies of it so you can get on the bestseller list?
I think it's where you release a book and they know it's not going to be good, so they make you buy them up front.
That's hilarious.
Do I notice any books that seem to have a particular monetary value? Like, do any seem like a fancier binding or
First
anything?
edition.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, interesting. Roll me an investigation, Adrian. I like that.
Yeah. Well, it's about time I get in the habit of acquiring assets.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, that's a good roll. 24.
24. Fuck yeah. Let me roll a thing.
On.
Fuck it.
I will be right back.
Top left corner. The very first book on the shelf. looks just like all the rest of them, but on the inside, it is autographed by the author.
I wanted a valuable book, Jake.
Well, it was
Wow,
autographed by someone 1,200 years ago because
I was
it's
looking
dated.
for priceless, not worthless.
Wow. This is worthless. Less than worthless.
Hey, I don't know. It's maybe worth
I
getting
mean,
praised.
it's an old book, and I mean, I'm sure there's some knowledge to be gained from it. Sure.
Yeah, and they're in fantastic condition. It's kind of like this place was hermetically sealed. Like, it's dusty as shit, but it's not. Pages are a little yellowed, a little frayed in some places. Binding's still strong. Hell yeah. Aside from that, there are a few with a 24 Adrian. I will say the bottom half of these bookshelves is some cabinets, and opening one, you find it's empty. Opening another, you find it's empty. Opening a third, you find. You think for a second, is that just cobwebs? But it's not. It's something, because there's a goddamn tag down there. You can't quite understand what it says, but there's a tag attached to what is strands of silver silk that are attached to each other, that are attached at the ends to, like, C-clips. They just make this, like, it almost looks like a cargo net kind of thing.
Okay.
But it's made out of this silver thread of silk-looking stuff. As you touch it, it's sticky.
Huh.
And with a
Well,
24 investigation, I'll say it looks like it is wide enough to attach to the bottom of a shoe.
Oh, yeah, these are mine. I'm going to go ahead and attach them to the bottom of my shoes.
Oh, yeah. They will be awkward to walk in for a little bit until they attune.
Gotcha.
But, yeah, good. They fit perfectly. In fact, as soon as you put them to the bottom of your foot, like, pull it up to, like, the C-clip things just kind of dig into the sole, and that it's sticky for a second as you take a step around, but for just a moment, you have this weird it's almost that sensation of you're dreaming and your feet fall out from under you suddenly, and it's gone in a second, and then they're no longer sticky underfoot. They allow you to walk normally. But yeah, that's something that you might want to take a short rest about at some point and be able to attune to. I think you've got a pretty good idea what they do. I got some thinking thoughts. Looks like about it for in this room.
How many books did you say it was?
About 200 and some odd.
Okay, I'm gonna throw down the portable hole and dump them all into it.
I gotcha. You'd have to. Actually, that's interesting.
Fit, right?
Roll me a D20 real quick.
A 9.
9. If everybody gets out of the room, you will have just enough room to open the portable hole in there. Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's shelves and a desk and all kinds of shit that are just kind of,
yeah, once we start traipsing out, I'll take a second and toss that down.
Oh, yeah. You're going to acquire some books?
Yeah. You can never have too many books, right?
Hell yeah. Why
They're
not?
all the-
Thank you.
I dig it. Yeah. Hell yeah. You take you a few minutes to do that. So while you're doing that, what's the rest of y'all doing?
I'm gonna start kind of just. You said there's another door to the north.
Yep, to the north.
I'm gonna start inching my way towards it. Just kind of. Just once again pulling out my sword and just saying, I'm going to examine the room above.
Oh yeah, and it's open. It's an open archway, and in it you see a smaller room, maybe 10 foot wide at the widest, with a faint glowing arcane rune at the end of it. You can tell it's the arcane rune for Mage Hand. And just in a very intricate and stylized way, like it's an art piece, kind of, more than anything. That's like built into the wall. Like you can see it, like the lines of it that are pulsing with purple light are cutting through brick lines. On the wall are dozens of. They look like barrels, but they're very small. Like, there's a word for what a small barrel about this big is, but I can't think of what it is off the top of my head.
Canister?
Yeah, more or less. There are probably 40 of them or so on the walls in here, and shelves that are just stacked on their side by side, as well as a few boxes and crates that have shredded and degraded paper. Inside there's also a big sign up over the door tome that reads, over the door on the inside of the archway, that reads prototype storage.
I'm gonna go over and investigate the barrels on the walls, because I'll go through the chest, like the boxes one by one. Just once I'm satisfied that there's just shredded paper inside, I'll mosey my way over to the wall.
Okay.
I'll make an investigation check.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna help him go through stuff.
Hell yeah.
All right. Advantage with guidance. Plus 6. I am going to roll a double 2s. Oh boy. Come on.
I'm sorry, not project storage. Prototype storage is what it's called.
There we go. 30.
You said prototype storage.
Oh, did I? I'm sorry. I didn't know. 30.
Yeah,
That's fantastic. With Adrian's help, that is awesome. Is anybody else checking out this room?
I'll also investigate too.
Hell yeah, get in on that.
Not one. Never mind.
Calandra made a long
Hunter has
way
no clue
around.
what the fuck's happening.
I got you. Sorry, Cal, go ahead.
Calandra will have made the long way around to look at that little alcove or what was it? Sweep it into a pile or something?
Uh-huh.
Was guarding? Was there a door there?
Roll me an investigation check. And while you're doing that, Tome and Adrian, you some of these, a great deal of these are empty as well. You find one of them that is filled with it looks like packing peanuts that have been like put in a microwave, kind of. You're not really sure. It just has a label on it that says inedible. There is a whole box full of bananas that are completely rotten, but somehow weirdly like they're like conjured magical bananas that are rotten but don't stink and haven't decayed or like withered away to nothingness. They're just odd. And they're labeled test subjects, not for consumption. There is this.
Tell me you should eat a banana.
An odd collection of crap. And then there is a one that has a one that has another of those leather scroll cases. And inside, the label on this one says Mirror Buddy. Solo deployment variant with a tagline of "For you need to be more you." Do not activate near reflective surfaces. You might not like what you see. Inside, you find a scroll of mirror image.
I like to imagine as I'm analyzing this, I'm just like, Adrian, you watch as Tome rolls his eyes. Oh, such long-winded names for simple spells.
And Cal, what was your investigation, ma'am?
It was a 16.
16? Hell yeah. The 16, as Tome, I will say, as Hunter, you're kind of bending down by the entrance, looking through a few of the boxes that are just filled with, like, just the remnants of paper. Looks like nothing important or legible anymore.
Yeah.
Cal, you're over there checking that
Zoe
alcove
says
out,
hi.
and you hear click Hunter over your shoulder, and Cal, you're like, oh, is that bad? And this box slides out from the wall, maybe this big by this big. Looks like it's made out of metal of some type, but it just slides out from the wall, and it's still attached to the wall, but it's just like...
Is it like hollow?
It's a box. Looks like it's got a lid on the top.
Oh, okay.
Hunter will open the lid.
Okay.
Oh, this is over in the other room?
No, this is still in the main room. So Hunter's kind of like by the doorway, like he's still kind of like... It's an arched doorway that connects both rooms. This is in the main room. Where that second construct was. So hell yeah.
Oh, okay.
So hell yeah, how you come over as well? You all open the lid. Inside, Cal and Hunter, you see a pair of boots. They look like they're sized for a man. They're made out of a dark leather, and there is a tag on them as well. That neither of you guys have at Lorien, do you?
No.
Cal, do you?
No. I have to wait 1 second. No,
Damn.
I don't.
God darn it. I wanted to
Hey,
tell you
Tom.
this was another funny name.
Hey, Tom, read this thing for us.
Oh, yeah.
Not
Call
enough.
him over to read it.
I swear to all the gods above and below, if this has another stupid name, I'm gonna look at the tag.
I don't know why I'm not texting these names to Tome and making him read them out loud.
Yeah, no, you should do it for this one.
Oh, okay. Well, hold on a second.
Yeah. I can work with this.
I gotta find the right one.
Oh man,
I had a lot of fun with this.
Jesus. Just sighing as I check my inbox.
Okay, hold on just 1 second. Nah, fuck it. I'm just gonna do it. This is too much effort. I appreciate the bit, but these are called Hush Puppies, Model 2. For when being heard is hazardous to your health. And, note that says They wanted a military application. I gave them poetry. They stopped asking. Bad at parties.
Hunter's gonna put those on.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna facepalm as I hand them over.
Yeah, they are quite stiff, but I actually don't believe these require attunement. These are of the elven kind.
Ooh.
If they're what I'm thinking of, then yes, they do not require it.
Sweet, yeah, I'll take those.
Hell yeah. And then as you guys are finishing up searching the shelves in the room, finding not much else, save for a few curiosities that may come in handy down the road. Mainly as you're in there doing Vargo proud and stealing a fuck ton of books from a age-old, long and past. Curiously, on the bottom shelf, almost exactly the opposite of the book that Adrian originally found that was autographed by the author, you find a book that is not flush with the rest. And behind it, you find a small purple gemstone. Looks like a purple diamond. It's flat-ish, maybe a half an inch thick, maybe this big. Just an amethyst diamond.
Okay. Yeah, I'll snatch that up.
Cool. Hell yeah.
Tuck that in Nemoros' pouch. Give him some accessory.
Hell yeah. About that time, you get the portable hole closed up. You all feel like you have sufficiently examined the place and found anything that may have been hidden. Is there anything else you guys want to do down here?
Just to satisfy my own curiosity, I'd like to approach the sigil with the mage hand written on the wall.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to cast Mage Hand, and I'm going to press it against the wall and see if anything happens.
It goes, ooh, that tickles.
Are you alive?
No response.
Wait a minute. Rain in a jar. Automatons. Oh, gross. Did I just... No, we're done. He just turns to Adrian like this. We gotta get out of here.
Hell yeah.
I think I might have touched whatever lives inside these temple's unmentionables.
Oh yeah. So as you all leave the little hideaway above the crooked vault, you one more thing. Back in the room with the desk, Adrian, another thing that you found in there, sir, was a map of the region that does not have the cities of the lanterns listed on them. It does not have Marglin listed on it, or Port Umbra even. It has the location near where you guys are at right now marked, where you think that the Crooked Vault was located. There are also there are exactly 4 other facilities marked on this map at various locations, one of which matches up with the town of Fairweather on the southern end of the Riven Coast.
Just going to pocket that for now. That seems significant.
Hell yeah. Yep. And Hell yeah. So you guys make your way back to the Raymere Road. And it's just a little mid-afternoon-ish when you guys make your way back. Making your way back, you find the horses are gone, the wagons are gone, except for
That's what we wanted,
the lighthouse is present, but the horse has been taken from there as well. So you do have a wagon, but no horses, save from the ones you all have right now.
Okay, good. I still have librarian.
Yeah, no, you guys were on horseback. I remember that.
I guess this means that we are on our own.
Well, didn't you tell them to go ahead?
Right? I believe we told them to stay.
Yeah, we definitely told them to stay.
Oh, I thought that we sent them ahead.
No.
Oh.
We told them to stay.
Yeah, they just elected not to.
I suppose this means we are on our own.
I mean, at least
They
left
worked
the
for
White House,
pirates.
right?
I suppose. Oh well. They were dragging us down anyway.
Does anybody want to give the lighthouse a look over to see if there's anything left inside it?
I'll give you an
I will.
investigation.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, make a dex save. No, I'm kidding.
Investigation.
Yeah, just investigation works.
I got a nat 20 on that investigation.
Holy shit! Cal comes out swinging.
I got a 13.
Cool. Let me pull up his inventory and see what's left.
Right.
Oh wait, he doesn't have his inventory. Doesn't get kept good. It's on a different document. 1 extra second. Boom, boom, boom. How do I find mine? Pen files. Pens. Okay, so let's roll a d20. You rolled a 20, nat 20 on your investigation, Cal?
Yep.
Okay. There were 2 large kegs, not large kegs, but like pony kegs of ale and beer that were stolen off of the bar top in the back of his wagon. You and Melee rode in that wagon for quite some time. You know that's not where he kept anything of any value. You know he's got a little Han Solo smuggler's hole that runs down the middle of it. You open that thing up and all of it is there. There are 3 bottles of Halley Hall Riesling, 2 bottles of Red Branch Black Vine, 2 bottles of Halley Hall Merlot, 2 of Red Branch Riesling, 1 of Halley Hall Cabernet Sauvignon, which he knew, so you would know all of those bottles have a value of 8 silver each. That's not a correct value. 3 gold and 8 silver each. And there are, again, then there are also 2 bottles of Songkeeper mead and 2 bottles of Golden Thread mead. These are like pint bottles. Those are worth 2 gold each. If you sell them anywhere that is not the Lanterns. If you sell them at the Lanterns, they're quite cheap. And I think... Yeah, that's it. That was the stuff that you guys filched from the
Party.
The party. Correct. But as we, real quick, we'll just, we're at a good time to take a little breaky break. So if you guys want to take a 10 whatevs. And I will, who wants to keep track of it? And I will transfer the wagon to you guys, to one of you.
I'll take.
Cool. I will transfer it to Tone.
Sure.
Campaign.
Sending you a link that might be useful for you in the future.
Oh, what is it?
They ChatGPT released like way better image generation.
Oh, really?
Like you put text on stuff and things.
Oh. Huh.
Oh, cool.
That is not in my plan.
Well, I'm gonna go grab a snack.
Go grab a snack, man. No, I'm not gonna do it that way. Dude, Jelly, have you, are you here still?
Yeah.
I know you're not a Wheel of Time fan, but you want to talk about the biggest whiplash I've ever had in my life is watching that show that's been the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life up until this season, and suddenly it is the best fantasy TV I've ever watched.
They actually recovered it? Nice. Yeah, I heard the first two were pretty bad.
No, they were great. They've found the plot again. Like, there's a plot. The fourth episode of it is the best episode of TV, like a fantasy TV that I've ever seen. It was
nice,
perfect. It was perfect for a book fan. It was like I don't know. I've heard some people say that it was quite confusing for a non-book fan, but for a book fan, it did everything it was supposed to.
What did?
This Wheel of Time show on Amazon that has have a track record of being the worst pile of garbage on the planet until this season.
Dang.
Yeah. It was a bad time when the Wheel of Time and Halo came out at the same time, and two of the biggest IPs that were formative in my youth were just Godfather murdered.
Oh no. They took him out back and you know.
Oh, bad. It's like, but then all of a sudden, Wheel of Time, it just they're like, oh, you know, our writers aren't that good. You know who was a good writer? Robert Jordan, that wrote the book. Let's try his stuff. Fuck, it works. Turns out he's a good writer.
What was bad about the early seasons of it?
It wasn't necessarily that they changed so much. It's that they just, like, they didn't do anything smart. Like, it's that standard thing of, like, we can tell the story better our way and make it make sense, but they never can. So they tried to do their own thing too much and did not understand what they were doing and got so far away from the source material that it wasn't the same thing anymore.
Dang.
Yeah. And then they just kept bungling things that the book fans, like, would find unforgivable. Like, yeah, I don't think anybody's going to read the books. The second book ends with the main character fighting one of the bad guys, and the way that the fight happens, it's like magically projected into the sky, and it's this crazy sword fight between this farmer and a blade master, and he comes out on top, and they have it on top of a tower, and it's them standing apart from each other perfectly still, and that's the fight. CGI, magic stuff. But they're just perfectly still, just... Murr. horrible. Like they made such goofy choices, and then this season it's like it's an entirely different staff from the ground up. Cinematography is on point with some of the craziest shots I've ever seen. Like their storytelling through cinematography as well as like and the actors. God, it's like they had one of the problems was they had an actor that they had to recast that screwed up some of their flow. It messed up a lot of the order of the way they're having to do things. But thankfully, their new casting for him is fitting into the role perfectly. And the main character, Yosha, I can't remember what his last name is just killing it. I've been blown away. I tell people, I'm like, start at season 3. Trust me. Find a scenario breakdown or something. Start at season 3. But I don't know. It's kind of hard to start at season 3.
I get that.
I don't know. It's here's the thing. If you're not a book fan, it's probably a great show from the ground up. Guarantee you season 3 gets dramatically better, but if you're not a book fan, you'll have a fun time watching it. They just don't do it. They do the standard, we're gonna hard not do it justice in the first couple, but then it gets on track. That's my ramble. Hey Tom, are you here?
What's up? I ate an entire mandarin during that conversation.
That is fantastic. I love mandarins. Will you hop into your D&D Beyond and so I can tell you what to add to your inventory?
Yeah, I'm already there.
Cool.
What are they?
So
it's in extras, right?
Alright, I'm the only one at the gym, so I'm gonna take my laptop onto the training floor so I can stretch while recording.
Hell yeah, dude. Like I say, the battery probably won't last, but I don't know that for sure.
It's actually impressed me so far.
Okay,
of course,
kick-ass, dude.
of course, I'm also using it for nothing more than word processing at the moment.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Nah, fuck it. Okay, Tom, so you've got, inside this wagon, you've got a blue guard sash.
Okay.
I think that's from Maraglen, I think. That's from when they were coming into town. So yeah, that's a Maraglen Crown Guard sash. For some reason, he has it listed as 18 pounds. It's not.
I'm just writing some of my notes, and then I'm going to transfer it to...
Gotcha. There is a brewer supplies. There is a cook's utensil. There is the pin of stout was stolen. The rundlet was stolen. There is a sack of barley that was stolen and a sack of rice that were stolen. There are 10 pewter mugs that were not stolen. And then the other stuff that I listed, but I'll send you that if you need.
Yeah, I assume it has the stats of a wagon.
Yeah. You can find it on D&D Beyond. You can add a wagon. It'll add a container called wagon to your inventory. Just don't equip it because that'll add that to your encumbrance, and you can't carry that much.
It'll crush me instantly. Yeah.
Tom tried to wear the wagon like a backpack.
What, a tiny wizard can't carry an entire lion?
Yeah.
In a wagon, but
you're doing magic wrong.
I mean, we can use some of the horses that we were riding to pull the wagon.
Yeah, for sure. It was just a single horse wagon to begin with, so you could hook. Well, I can't remember. I actually think I told Finn at one point that he's got a adapter to hook a second horse, 2-horse hitch up. So if you wanted to hook 2 up, you could. And
yeah, I'll ask. I would ask the party first if they want to like hang on to the horses.
I'd rather ride the wagon than the horse.
Yeah, so I'll take Maylee's horse, Who else? I'll ask when everyone gets back. Now I have to think of names of 2 more horses.
Dude, it's how I felt. I just started making the DM name all my horses in that campaign where we kept killing them.
What's a good okay, so I have one named Librarian. What's another good fun name for a horse that's both
Pinkie Pie.
What's that?
Pinkie Pie.
No.
How about
Applejack.
How about solicitor?
I want it to be themed around books in a library.
Well, I thought a solicitor could kind of library books.
Now hear me out, Princess Celestia.
Oh wait. Print and syntax.
Print and syntax. I got you. Not very noble sounding, but you know.
We have librarian, print, and syntax.
So many horses, so little time. Need to introduce you to my Sunday characters, and they'll make those horses go away real fast.
Okay, so
they're not bad people. They're not bad people. They just park their car in the bad neighborhood a lot. Like sometimes.
Like me and Skyrim going through horses.
Sometimes 45, 50 minutes after buying the horse.
How much do horses cost in D&D?
About 75 gold pieces.
It's a lot of horse money you've spent.
Yeah.
Are they both right? Are Prince and Syntax riding horses?
Yeah, these are all riding horses. The horse that Finn had originally had hooked up to her was a draft horse.
Yeah. That makes sense. 2 horses like to pull what a draft horse could pull. That sounds about right.
Got about the right amount of horsepower.
God damn it. That's it. I'm quitting the campaign.
No.
Not allowed.
Have fun finding 2 replacements.
No, we're not replacing. I'm not replacing them. We're just gonna roll with 5.
Wait, why isn't it? Well, I'm trying to name.
5 is a more manageable number for online D&D, anyways.
Fair enough.
How do you spell librarian? Said the wizard with 20 intelligence.
Yeah, I'm not telling you then.
Damn it. Well, luckily the internet has my
Hey, your character might have a bunch of intelligence, but that doesn't mean the player does.
I have a bachelor's and a master's degree, you fuck.
You can buy those from University of Phoenix.
Oh yeah, at a premium, I imagine.
Oh yeah, I mean, but it's a diploma.
Yeah, it's got your name on it.
Flood the workforce, and then all of a sudden nobody knows how to use, like,
And tax.
It's a legitimate reason why there's been a fall off in the quality of video games lately, is because the people that know how to use the engines and code in them have been fired and don't work there anymore because of downsizing, and the new people are just doing their very best trying to figure it out.
Yep.
And getting fired for it.
I didn't think it Genesis, I'm happy.
Oh yeah. Okay, I think we're all back. Hell yeah.
I'm going to try to stop my alarm before it goes off, but I do have an alarm set for my tea, so...
It's cool. If it goes off, it goes off. It's just kind of our thing. So, we shall snap back in here to the Raymere Road once more as we are spending a few minutes to hook up a couple horses to the front of the wagon. After discovering that most of the goods inside are in fact still in place, save for a few ounces of beer and some sacks of grain and barley for use in creating additional beer, but that can be replaced at an additional time. Unfortunately, due to the nature of the wagon being a portable tavern, it's less accommodating inside. It was able to accommodate the three of you when you were making your way down from Port Umbra, Melee and Cal, without much trouble, but beyond that it would struggle to accommodate any more people with the whole fold outside mechanism it's got. But at the very least, you do have some shelter and a place for storage as you guys continue southward towards Windermere. Is that what your all's plan is right now?
Yep. To fulfill our bargain.
Hell yeah. Does anybody want to do anything while you all are traveling?
Hunter's going to be... Also have Hunter at the front of the wagon, keeping watch, kind of crossbow on his lap, whittling.
I got you.
I've got that map. Oh, sorry, Hunter. You're good.
Halfway through, I think he presents the bear and the bear. Oh, it was a bear and a deer, right?
Yeah. No, those were the two animals that murdered each other, and that's what Tom made his staff out of.
Yeah.
Halfway through the journey, Hunter kind of comes up to you, Toe, and is like, "Look, I was a little bored while I was watching, and I made you these. These are a gift for you to keep."
You have given me I imagine I'm holding these atop while I'm riding librarian next to the wagon. He looks at you very earnestly and he says, "You are giving me a gift? Why?"
That's just what friends do.
Yes, that is indeed what friends do. You have given me a great gift this day, Hunter. And one day, I shall give you a greater one in return. He'll pocket those. He will give you a smile.
You're welcome, friend.
Yes, friend. It's nice to have friends.
And
well, friends that talk back. Those are my notes.
Yeah. So you guys make decent time. After about an hour of making your way down the road, Melee, what are you up to right about now?
I was actually going to try to get Tome back by disguise selfing as Hunter and going and asking for my gift back.
Fuck yeah. Go for it.
Yeah.
I'm out of it. Go for it.
Insight check.
Is deception?
Yeah. Roll deception and tell them you can roll insight or investigation.
That was a pretty bad.
I'm gonna roll investigation. That's a 19.
Okay.
I'm not even paying attention to the. I'm looking at the disguise. That's how it works. What's your spell save DC, homie?
Oh, the 19 definitely passes it. It's 15.
The very instant you walk out, he says, "Hello, Melee."
I'll get you sometime. But yeah, other than that, she's just sitting on the wagon.
I got you.
He's like,
Flandra's gonna be cracking open that book.
Hell yeah. Melee, are you you check out that cool purple rock you found yet?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably... I guess I can't open the... So I have one copy of the book out. She'll kind of go through all the different things we found, playing with the stick and flipping through the first few pages of the book and trying to examine the amethyst.
Oh yeah. You get this weird feeling that it looks like, as you kind of like run your finger over it, the surface of especially the underside, it's not necessarily flat on both sides like you originally thought. The underside's got a little bit more intricacies to it, or at least it's not perfectly rounded. It's so weird. It matches something. Roll me an insight check, really.
Okay. A 19.
Ooh, hell yeah. It reminds you of something that you have idly felt for quite some time, just here and there when you're bored or just don't even realize. You kind of get this feeling that it would just fit right perfect right in Nemoro's eye.
Oh yeah, that looked pretty cool. I'll try wedging it in there.
Oh yeah, it's been about an hour, so you have attuned to something.
Something? That's so ominous.
That's all I'm gonna say. As the wagon rolls down the road, and Cal, you're cracking open the book to read. Roll me just a regular old flat intelligence roll, just to see what you can glean from the first few pages.
Okay.
I would also like to note that
being weird. Let's see. There you go.
What's up, Hunter?
I would also like to note that Hunter, after wearing these new boots, he does not make any sound, and on top of that, if you see him in the darkness, he's completely invisible. So Hunter's just kind of a ghost at this point, to the point where I think sometimes you'll just look back and be like, oh geez, how long has Hunter been there?
Heck yeah. Yeah, I just made you a legitimate... Nat 20, Cal?
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
Oh that's fucking amazing.
Fantastic. Perfect. I'll get to you in just a second. I want to grab something real quick. I want to make sure... I want to make sure I get Adrian's boots in here real quick. Nope, wrong button. Items. There you go. One second. And edit. Yeah, that works. I will name them appropriately later, but yeah, you have your spider climbing soles to your shoes are attuned now, as well, Mr. Aiden, and Cal with a nat 20. Wow. There's a lot of interesting stuff in there. You are reading the detailed autobiography of what is specifically stated as the human years of Lord Corbin Fairweather.
The human years?
Yes. The life and times of the man before he became the machine. It is... probably full of a lot of accurate historical information, but it's really hard to tell what's accurate historical information and not really biased bullshit. He's really fond of himself and really proud of his accomplishments. And yeah, he spends a lot of time talking about himself. At least in the first, few pages that you've been able to comb through with that. But he's talking about lands that you've heard of that don't exist anymore. So while you might have some information in here that's pretty interesting, it would take a scholar to determine what was factual and what was not. Is kind of the idea you're getting from it. But it's still very interesting.
Oh, yes.
Still, definitely something. Interesting of note, it does state the year that he was born was... actually, give me just 1 second. I have to confirm. I can actually confirm on this, and I want to make sure I'm giving you guys the most correct information. Blurb. So he was born in the year. In the autobiography, it would definitely have listed it at the very beginning. He was born in the year of 4915 in the Great Epoch.
That is laughing out.
Use that information how you want to. I don't know what it'll do for you. Because it doesn't make sense to you. Although you do know that the Great Epoch was a period of time that came after the current one and lasted for over 5,000 years.
Wow.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, over 5,000 years. That makes sense. Yeah. He's old, but he's not, like, tremendously old. Anywho. Adrian, roll me a d20.
Roll it, Adrian. Roll it.
The new horse is exploding.
Fine.
I can't believe you rolled that number. It's totally fine.
The horse exploding number.
You guys make great time as you travel for the remainder of the day through the Ascale Plains as they transition into a sparsely treed but forested, forested but not densely forested, kind of a hinterland, rolling hills, and the snow begins to melt into wet grass, and the road becomes a slight bit muddy, but still well packed and travelable, as it's slightly warmer here closer to the coast and a little bit more humid, and still clearly has rained here at some time recently-ish. But you guys make your way along the road, making great time, and find a decent little... Hunter, you're up there in the front. You want to roll me survival, see if you guys can find a nice little place to pull over for camp?
Absolutely, I may.
Oh, yeah.
That one.
We ain't seen
Fantastic. Hell yeah. Perfect. Yeah, you find an awesome place to pull over to camp. And you guys what you guys want to do to set up to get camp? Yeah, you find a nice spot, you guys pull over, get everything unloaded, everybody unloaded or whatever, and what you guys want to start doing?
I'm gonna pull that map out and kind of gather everyone around, like kind of see what does everyone think of this? Like, it's obviously an older map with
May
obviously at least the settlements aren't labeled here.
May I take a look?
Yeah. DM, are there any locations on the map that don't exist anymore?
Well, so interestingly, I know someone has a current map of the region that you guys could compare with.
We got the treasure map from Chul.
Yes, yeah, that was the map that has the lanterns on it, as well as the Borealan cities and a few of the Hollow Folk free cities on there. Looks very much like what's on screen right now, and comparing them side by side, there are dots near each one of those cities. There is a large dot under the city of Fairweather that you recognize immediately. They're near, but not directly underneath. So, near, like within maybe a day or two from each one.
Locations of interest that likely had something to do with why the town is there.
Maybe these are other outposts of this force remains.
There was a piece of information when I was interrogating the orc man, Chul, in the cart. One piece of information struck me as odd. He said it was not the first time he had seen one of my kind. It struck me as odd because I'm the only one of my kind.
Maybe not.
Potentially.
We
or
did
rather,
fight a couple other automaton-ish things. You're
he said
definitely
Yeah, and you
the most significant one we've met, but...
Yes, but I am the only construct that possesses a soul. To my knowledge, at the very least. Or perhaps...
Maybe someone else cracked that specific egg. Curious indeed.
I mean, he might have meant ones without souls, right? Could just be like those ones we just broke.
Yes, but the way he was discussing it made it sound like they looked similar to myself, which is
what was
odd.
that language? Was that
Lorian?
Sorry, out of character. Elorian, is that a language that I would?
Yeah, you know
like,
of it.
familiar with
It's the language that the Onstrian people speak.
I'm keen to find it because if it has... I don't say this very often, but I am unsure the mechanism of how I tone, not the construct, but the person came into being. It was a complicated process that cost my mother her everything. There is potential that whatever she did in her final moments to make me, were found in such a place. Maybe not that place, but I am keen to understand the nature of my existence. At least to some degree.
Skynet's becoming self-aware.
And it's it's I can't quite put it into words, but I am both anxious and I believe the human emotion is fearful of what we may find in such a place, but that can be put to one side until we deal with the issue at hand.
Welcome to being here.
Oh. Well, it's fitting. My mother was a human. So, I suppose, by that line of logic, so must I.
I guess. Yeah. That makes some sense.
Doubt.
What is a human?
Mm.
What
But-
makes you a human?
That is indeed a tough question.
You get a feat at level 1.
Yes, Hunter.
I've met plenty of people in my life who are less than kind. You're more human than half the people I've ever met.
I'm simply drawing upon the vast database that given to me by my mother. She spent 15 years painstakingly attempting to explain the concept of human emotion and the essence of life. I remember thinking such things were illogical and strange, alien even. Now that I feel them, I wish nothing more than to go back to those days. I could be human together with her. But I'll never have that chance. This is going in circles. I am going to begin my sentry protocols. If you all wish to fall asleep, you may do so. I will keep watch, and should anything startle me or alert me to my senses, I will rouse you immediately.
Adrian, real quick, roll me a quick investigation as you guys are putting the maps away for the night.
All of us, or
What's that?
how many roll investigation? All of us?
Yeah,
Or-
just you. Just you.
Okay.
Ooh,
17.
Nice. As you guys are just putting the maps away, on the map of the coast that you saw, my effing monitor is starting to flicker. That's awesome. You see it looks like it was written in pencil or charcoal, and it almost had like wiped all the way away. But you can see a note on the map down off the coast at the very bottom. It said black sails. And it's just an X out in the water.
That's ominous.
Interesting to note, for sure.
It sounds dangerous, and danger means treasure.
It sure might. Danger also sometimes means fireball. So,
it goes without saying that I will be ritual casting the alarms.
Gotcha. Anybody else doing anything this evening before bed, or?
I think Hunter's going to take second watch after Tom is done with his sentry stuff.
Oh, I don't sleep.
He just.
Yeah, I'm staying awake the whole night.
But if you want to,
you can be, you can be up with me, but
not the word.
Yeah, I'll just basically just be. I just need to be motionless for 6 hours.
It's like R2D2.
Never mind done.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to hang out and share watch if you want to, though.
I think Hunter will try and share watch.
Yeah. Lord knows I could use the company.
Yeah, I was going to do that on the first one, too.
4-hour train, so once I see daybreak, I'll kind of start cooking breakfast.
I got you. So hell yeah. So first watch, Tome hanging out. Roll me a perception check as you just kind of chilling out here roadside.
Would I be able to guidance this at all?
Yeah, sure.
No? Okay.
Oh, I was gonna give you a bardic inspiration as well, if I can.
Cool.
Oh, you said first. I thought you said third for some reason.
Oh no, yeah. So Melee's gonna come softly pluck at the lute, and Nemoros is going to recite something for Tome to hopefully make him feel a little bit better. As she's playing, the skull just kind of floats around you and then turns and looks you in the eye with its one violet eye and says, there's a kindness in remembering, even when it aches. To have regrets is to have lived, to have loved, to have lost, to have reached for something and fallen short. If the past were empty, if we felt nothing at all, that would be the greater sorrow. So let the memories come, let them be painful, let them be sweet, let them remind you that you were here and that you still are. And then he floats back into her hand.
Oh, sorry. No more rose. How could I forget?
Hey, we Hollow Skulls gotta stick together, right?
My skull is not hollow, but I appreciate the gesture all the same.
Wait, what's in it?
Potato.
Wouldn't you like to know? Thoughts of potatoes. Potato fuck. I will immediately make use of that on top of my teeth.
Hell yeah. What is inside your head? Or what does Tom think inside his head?
You know what? I'm gonna inspiration that. I think it's time. Held on to it for long enough.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Oh.
So that's a D8. Oh, the D8 kind of saved it. 17.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Your watch goes by uneventful. I think with the 17, you definitely notice in the quiet of the evening as there's a hooting of an owl off in the distance and a rustling of leaves in the slight breeze. You turn your head around in your scanning process and notice that the wagon is definitely about 4 inches buried in the mud. Not the best spot, apparently, but that's a problem for tomorrow, right?
Yes. I will kind of just I'm not allowed to move, but I can move my arms, right? Like I'm not allowed to like walk around.
Well, you can kind of do whatever you want to do. This is your first watch, so like if you
it's my first 2 hours. Yeah. Okay. I'll kind of just examine Helheim and just manually, instead of having an unseen servant do it, I'll manually start to, with a whetstone, my pouch, just kind of start to sharpen it.
Oh yeah.
I know you're in there somewhere. Eventually you'll speak to make more than just drink.
Nothing psychopathic at all, Melee, about watching your robot friend talk to his sword in the campfire.
Yeah, everyone needs a friend.
Oh yeah. But yeah, is your old, sorry, your old. Go ahead.
Do you have family, Melee? That are still among the living?
Yeah, I have my mother and younger brother. I'm not sure where they ended up. They went into exile around the time I had to flee the city.
What is it like to have a brother?
It's nice. They can be annoying sometimes, but it's good to have somebody who you know at least should always be on your side. Somebody who you can help grow and shape them as they become an adult.
Why were you fleeing?
Well, she kind of stares off for a few seconds and says, "No, Tom, I lost a parent recently as well. My father in this last year. But in my case, I think it might have actually been my fault."
What a coincidence. I feel it is my fault that my mother died.
That's a valid feeling, but from what you've told us about it, I don't know that I would agree.
I have not told you everything, nor am I ready to do so. But rest assured, Mary, it is 100% my fault that she is gone.
Tone pulled the trigger.
I am sorry for your loss. I'm sure your father was as gallant a man as you.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to move up in our company, and Calandra's family is involved in shipping.
Yes, she mentioned that at one junction or another.
Yeah, I was closer in age to her sister, Florence. We kind of grew up together, the same tutors, and the same parties, the same expectations. We decided that we might try working together once we started getting more serious positions in the two companies that we would one day inherit. And we noticed that my father had been sending some shipments for a bit more than he had to pay for them. We thought we'd do better, and apparently there was a reason he was paying so much for the shipments, because they were searched and seized, and he was apparently smuggling some sort of artifacts. I actually found Nemoros here in one of the boxes.
Ah. How interesting. But why do you feel it was your fault?
Well, we organized a shipment behind their backs. The Blue Sky Group was going to ship it instead of the normal people that my father had been using, and I'm not sure if he had someone he was paying to avoid declaring the goods when they brought him into a city. But yes, the shipment went out a few days later. They came for us, and he helped me flee, but was captured that night and executed soon after, before I fled the city.
And how did that make you feel?
Pretty shitty. I still feel like you do, like it was my fault. I thought that I knew better than him and was going to just, improve things, and hubris of youth, that sort of thing.
Do you wish to kill them? For killing your father?
I'm hoping Ethan's connections can shed some light on what happened. I don't even know if I'd be justified seeking vengeance. I'm not sure if Florence kind of turned us in, or if it was truly an accident. But, I don't know, honestly. I'm looking for a way to perhaps get back at the Blue Sky Group, but yeah, I need more information before I know if I even should.
Melee. You know why I decided to purchase a sword?
I just assumed self-defense.
That was initially the goal. I wished to better myself. I saw a flaw, a chink in my armor, a weakness. But after I saw that man in the mansion, and that feeling overtook me, I now have it for a different purpose. I don't want to kill these men with magic. I want to do it with my bare hands. I want to break every single bone in their body. I want them to feel their muscles rip into tatters. I want them to suffer
Murderbot
in agony, so they can feel even a single iota of the pain I felt when they took her from me. I wish I could be uncertain, Melee, but that is no longer an option. For I have discovered the most human emotion, one my mother warned me about. hate.
What did she warn you about? How did she warn you about it?
She said it was one of the many emotions I should never give in to. I should stay on our true and just path, just as she. She must have known. She must have known what would happen if I were to come across these emotions unprepared. And to be quite honest, Meili, if she had not taken the time, those painstaking 15 years, to instill her values in me, I would be dead right now. I would have jumped at that man and attempted to murder him until I was put down like a filthy animal.
Your self-restraint was commendable. I feel as though you could perhaps try to channel and use that hatred and try to resist giving into it. Let it fuel you to an outcome where you might actually be able to get your revenge and walk away from it, or at least complete it.
It's hard.
I hate being human's hard, you know?
She did say that as well. And every day I am grateful for the lessons she instilled upon me. And I am even more grateful for the friends that I have made in these past few months. Thank you, Meili. You have, much like Calandra, you have given me a great deal to think about.
You're welcome. Just try to keep what you did at the party was good. We'll be here to remind you of the bigger picture and that there's more than just one person that you need to seek revenge against.
Very well. And he's gonna just go back to sharpening his sword and just kind of staring off into the distance, just waiting for something to pop up.
She'll wait a minute or two and then go off to bed.
Oh yeah. And after a little bit, Tome, you actually hunker down and go into your proper sentry mode, and Hunter, you stir awake to sit and help out with watch. Is there anything you wanted to do?
I think in this moment, Hunter is going to try and sit and take this moment in prayer. Is going to try to pray to the goddess who gave him the holy symbol.
Oh yeah, I dig it. It's a cloudless night here in the sky. Out here with just a few trees around in the immediate vicinity. So you have an unobstructed view of the night sky as Ayat sits higher in the sky. Fingernail sliver of a crescent moon still. Aru's nowhere to be seen. It's quiet, it's cool. There's a faint rustling of leaves on the breeze. And you focus on that little disc of ruby and shadow glass in your hands. Is there anything specific you're reaching out with? Any intent or request? Or
I think he mentally is connecting these new powers that have awoken for him to slip into the very shadows and him to be able to kind of invoke this kind of unholy energy of the night. Like, he's connecting that to maybe that's somehow her doing. And so he's going to do a prayer of thanksgiving to her.
Oh, yeah. This moment, you, let's see here. You, close your eyes, send your prayer, and wordlessly, as all good prayers only need to be, you feel just a shiver and a chill, goosebumps up your spine. Your eyes open, curious. You don't see anything, but your vision darkens at the corners just ever so slightly, and that weird penumbral darkening just is enough to tell you you're not alone, and not in the aspect of you have friends sleeping nearby, but you're not alone in a grander sense. There are eyes of the dark watching, and an additional pulse of darkness, and you see visions of darkness. And in that darkness, you hear a voice that sounds like nothing at all whisper, "There are more than mortal eyes on you." Pulse of dark. Your vision returns to normal.
Was that the same voice who talked to me, or is that a new voice?
Roll me a religion check.
Guidance?
Sure.
3. That's cocked. Oh, okay. Dirty 20 plus 3, 23.
It is truly and legitimately impossible to say for sure, but you are pretty confident.
Pretty confident it's a Nightweaver?
Pretty confident, yes.
Gotcha. Not Nightweaver, Gloomweaver?
Gloomweaver, yes. Good lord, it's late. Hell yeah. But as your prayer finds its way, and cryptic or not, you receive an answer. So many people in the world would not be so lucky, and in fact are often not. Before long, you have an uneventful watch and make your way off to sleep. The next morning, Adrian, you awake bright and early, and using some supplies that Finlow had ferreted away, you prepare a quite serviceable and delightful breakfast for everyone. Hey, Cal.
Yes?
Want to roll me a d20, please?
I'm a little scared, but okay.
The campfire explodes.
Into a dragon.
Not!
Down.
Oh no! It's made out of bacon.
It's been there the whole time.
Oh no!
It's a 5.
Name right?
You said 5?
Yep.
Way to copy Adrian's travel roll, Cal. As you guys have a hearty breakfast and set out further southward along the Raymere Road. By this evening, you all will arrive at the outskirts of the town of Windermere. One of the lanterns that is currently being controlled by the Golden Viper Duclair. So we will pick up there next week with you all arriving in the outskirts to decide whether or not you want to approach the town directly or try using subterfuge.
Goddamn.
Until then, we will pick up next week. Thank you guys so much for watching. We all love you. Keep telling stories.
See ya.
Bye.
Stop recording.